everybody, it's Renari. Welcome to my channel. Welcome back to my channel. Welcome to Jessby's new comeback, finally. And also excitingly, I have so much to talk about in this video, but we're going to start with the, I don't even know how to say it, NEUN. I'm going to say NEUN. It might be like NEUN, no, not. I don't know. Either way, equals neon. I get neon because it's colorful with the teaser images, but I have so much more to talk about in this video. So we're going to start with the trailer. That's going to be probably pretty quick. And then I'm going to get into like some stuff I want to talk about the fan meet and greet and the Toronto shows and all of that. If you didn't see that video of the concert, I have them on my channel. They're like the most recent videos as of this coming out. They'll be down below. They'll probably be up here, so you can check those out. Like, honestly, they were amazing performers. We'll get into it, but you should check it out. Let's get into the trailer. And if you guys are just finding my channel, you can do these things to be able to keep up with me. And that's all I got. That's all I got. Okay, so here we go with the trailer. All black and white. I imagine that's going to be colored. Like the whole point will be it being colored in, but ooh, we got the butterfly. Oh my gosh, BAIN looks so good. DY looks amazing. But look at like his chiseled chin. They filmed this in LA, I think, before they came to Canada. Like right before, I think right before. I feel like it was before, but maybe it was right after. Adore. Oh, this concept looks so cool. Ooh, equality, the same in size, quantity, value, etc. as something else. Okay. Oh, that's such a good image. We live in the same generation, in the same space at the same time, under different names. That's interesting. This is like taking a departure from the storyline. Oh my god. Oh my gosh, this is... I like this concept so much. Although they may have different shapes individually, oh, the main frame is the same. Maybe we're not stepping away from the storyline. The main frame makes me feel like we're talking still about the facility. Although they move different shapes. It's just the phrasing of that. Like, yeah, I get what they're saying. The bones, like everything is the same. Like as humans, we're all kind of built with the same framework, but just the way that was phrased is interesting. I love DY's hair so much. They all look so good. Oh my goodness. Each of them creates their own color within the big circle of equality. I like that phrasing, their own color. Me equals you equals we. Oh, this is so artsy and like boyish and no, 1 divided by 1 plus 1 equals infinity. Huh? 1 divided by 1 is 0, right? Nothing, right? Plus 1 is 1. And then if you just keep that process, that can go on for infinity, right? That can just keep going. I think I get it, maybe. I don't know. BAIN, help me out. Oh my god, you are not doing this. The music with the slow walk. Look at them, Jimin. Look at Gonu. With diversity and infinite possibilities, I belong to us after all. I belong? Huh. With diversity and infinite possibilities, I belong to us after all. We are also a part of me. So that's the me equals me plus you equals we. You, whatever Gonu was just doing, we are also a part of me. We're all a simulation. I don't know. They look so good though. Holy shit. I'm not okay. Those pairings. Yes. Oh, I like that. Take action for equality. That's so fucking cool. Oh my god, there's so much happening in that. Oh, that's amazing. I really, truly, there's 5 songs. I'm doing this as of the track list being out. So there's 5 songs on this album. And DY and JM and Gonu, I think, all participated in writing the title track, I believe, and then I think DY had another credit. Um, I'm just gonna say I think this might be their best album concept wise. The other like actual like album to music video, because the albums that they've had um have had bits and pieces of like the storyline and the music video kind of going on, mostly in like the outfits um and like little symbols like the butterfly, let's say. And then in this one, it's the whole like color scheme thing, like in the concept photos that have come out. The concept photos are beautiful. It kind of goes with this like more directly. And I just like that we're taking a step away from the main storyline that we know and going into this one, which looks like it's going to have a lot of development, like a lot of development going into it. You can go like so many places, and I can't wait to see it. Cannot wait to see it. This is like one of the most exciting comebacks I've had this year. I'm going to get into talking about, look at all my Just Be albums right there. I'm going to get into talking about the Just Be concert stuff. If you don't care about that, you can move on from this video. If you see how much time is left down here, that's how long I have to talk about it for. Let's go. Okay, so again, if you haven't seen my concert footage, please go take a look at it. But there's a lot to talk about. So much to talk about. One, for those that don't know, I'm just going to start from the beginning. So Just Be had a Canada tour. They did one show and a fan meeting in Vancouver, which is like all the way across on the other side of Canada. And then they did a fan meeting, a concert, and then a Halloween event in Toronto. So originally when those tickets were announced, when the shows were announced, it was a concert with Yoon Ji-sung from 101, and then a Halloween event. So back-to-back days. I got the VIP tickets when they came out for the concert because I thought that would be more fun as the VIP. I don't know. And then I got a normal general admission ticket for the Halloween show. Turns out they announced later that there would be a fan meeting for Toronto because it wasn't originally announced. So that was now on the Saturday. So I saw Just Be Saturday, Sunday, Monday. Saturday, I went in. Now, I'm going to be bluntly honest about the organization of this whole tour because it wasn't great. I've heard horror stories about Vancouver not being great, but for Toronto, so it's the only place I can talk about, for Toronto, Saturday we had the fan meet. We were able to sit and watch Yoon Ji-sung's fan meet, which is really cool because I didn't get to know him beforehand. And one, I love his music. He's adorable. He's the most like adorable man I've ever seen. He's just like so naturally cute, handsome. He sounds amazing. He's just, I cannot say enough good things about Ji-sung and his fans. His fans are so dedicated. They're like, they came from all over the freaking world. Pretty sure there was somebody that came from Germany to see him. Anyways, we got to watch, anyone that had the Just Be fan meet ticket could watch like Ji-sung's because it wasn't as big of a crowd. So we did that. It was really nice. The only thing that sucks is at the very end, they were like, oh, if you bought Ji-sung's album, you can have him sign it. Obviously, since I didn't know him, this is before the concert, I didn't buy an album. I couldn't go back out and get one. They wouldn't allow you to do that, but I would have. Like, I wish. So I didn't get that interaction, which sucks. But then that same day, we got the Just Be one. There's so much to go into in terms of like the organization of this. They gave you numbers. I think I still have my wristband, actually. Yeah, I do. Number 46. I think that was for the concert, and then this was for the, yeah, this is for the VIP. So VIP Just Be 30th show. I was number 25. So I was number 25. We got all our merch and stuff first. We waited in line for like hours. I swear. Like, I think I got there at like 11, and the fan meeting didn't start until like 1. So that was all like standing in line, getting merch. Then he went inside into this like hotel little conference room type of thing. There was like a little raised platform, and that's where Just Be were going to be doing the fan sign. Before that, though, they made you come in for your photos. So if you guys haven't seen my photos of Just Be, they're in the concert footage thing. Now, this is the craziest part. This is the fucking craziest part, and I'm still shaking when I think about this. In that sequence of images, I might as well pull it up, to be completely honest, so you can see what I mean while I'm talking about this, because it blows my mind still. Okay, let's see. Get myself together. So this is my concert footage. Where's the FANMEET section? I think it's like immediately. I don't know why I skipped. I should know my own video, but I don't. So this moment, right? I was wearing like damage outfit styled. That's what I was going for. So this is before we actually get to talk to them. So I went up to them, not expecting to say anything. They were all waving. They were all like super happy when I was walking up. And then BAIN stopped. BAIN looked at me. He goes, "I know you." And I'm like, huh? Like, I went into this already saying I'm not going to talk about my channel. I'm not going to mention it to them. Absolutely fucking not. He goes, "I know you." I'm like, huh? He's like, "We know each other." That's how he phrased it. He's like, "We know each other." And I'm like, "Do you know from my videos?" And he's like, "Yeah, I know your videos." And I was like, "What?" And he kind of looked starstruck, and I was starstruck. And then I started sweating and honestly hyperventilating my head. Like, it was really, really bad. Lim Jimin was like, clearly, as you can see in the photo, like listening. This was literally us having this conversation. They were already taking photos. So 4 photos really quickly. Ganu was paying attention as well to this intently. I don't know if DY and Jam were. Songwoo was not, but that's totally okay. That's me laughing because I didn't know what else to do. I was just laughing at the situation because what do you do? BAIN has seen my videos. And then I was like, okay, I don't even know how to pose. I didn't even, it was very stressful. And then my legs shook. My legs shook and my heart is beating so fast. I don't think my heart has ever beat that fast in my life. I actually felt like I was about to pass out leaving this room to go back in line for the fan sign. I literally, I'm getting hot and bothered right now, just like thinking about that moment. Like, it was literally a panic attack. I went outside, I chugged some water, I got on my, almost on my knees, and I was shaking, and I didn't know what to do, and I was alone pretty much at that time, so I was just like, I don't know what to say. I didn't want to make a big deal about, to random strangers. I didn't want to be like, oh, he knows me because of my channel, but it did come out. There was some girl there, and I was like, ugh. Anyways. BAIN knowing, BAIN has seen my videos. BAIN has seen my videos. BAIN might be watching this video, in which case, I love you so much. Thank you for the support. I ride or die. I'm going to support you guys. It is incredible the amount of times that I recommend your music, how much I love you guys. There's so many things I wanted to say during the fan sign that I did not get to, and I shouldn't spill it all here but whatever. Let's move on to the fan sign. So we get back in line, we have our merch, we're allowed to get 2 things signed. I got a white version of Just Begun because that's the one that, sorry BAIN, I unboxed it and it was all BAIN. So I gave it away to my friend who biases BAIN, because I felt like that was a nice thing to do. So I gave it to her. So I was down 1 copy. So now I have a signed Just Beat album, the original. I have a signed Just Begun album, and I have a signed hat from the tour, specifically from the tour. There's all other things like a banner that's from Toronto. I have little freebie stuff that I didn't get to show off. I should probably show it off because Only B are amazing and the fans in line were amazing. So they made this keychain. You got a random member. My nails, don't look at my nails. Konu, and then you can't really see, but because there's a sticker in there. JM, everyone knows that picture. You know which one. Anyway, there's also Yoon Jisung pin. There's just a lot of freebies. I got photo cards. There's banners over there. There's a tote bag. I already showed off my merch in the video, so whatever. You got 2 items signed, right? So I got Just Begun signed and a hat. I'm sorry, I'm very flustered. This is the first time I'm going to talk about this, so like from start to finish. So I go up. I'm fucking shaking as I'm walking up. They're in this order. DUI is first. DUI is first, and I'm like freaking out because I'm like, what do I say? It's going much faster than I thought. I originally thought we were gonna have more time with them to like actually sit down and talk to them. Like originally my idea was I wanted to bring in this big poster and have them all like doodle on it, and then I was gonna get that tattooed and then like come back on the concert day the next day and have that tattooed and be able to show them. I thought that would be cool. Didn't get to do that. They wouldn't even let you bring anything up, wouldn't let you record it, which is whatever. I had to sign a waiver that I wouldn't record it. I just realized I have food in the oven. I'll be right back. Okay, I was heating up a burrito. I have a very crispy burrito now. That can just cool down while I talk. Where was I? 2 item signs. Okay, so I had the whole plan of what I wanted to do with them, what questions I wanted to ask them, what I wanted to say to them. All that went out the fucking window when I saw how fast they were going. Like you got like maybe 30 seconds with each member, which is kind of shitty, but I get it, whatever. And it's kind of awkward too because it wasn't really as one-on-one as like people from Vancouver said that theirs was. Anyway, DUI was first. This is the first interaction I've ever had with an idol. I don't know what to say. I'm like, hi, how are you? I love you. How's Canada? It's great. Cool. What are you going to do after the tour? Oh, DUI said he's going to rest. I remember him saying he's going to rest. He giggled. She was adorable. Oh my God, he's so cute. Moved on. Next person was JM, my bias. As I walked up to JM, he freaking said, oh, I love your style. And I said, oh, thank you. I went for like Damage outfits. And he's like, oh, you like Damage? His English was great. He's like, oh, you like Damage? I'm like, yeah, I do. He's like, oh, it's your favorite song? Like, no, it's not my favorite. My favorite is Try. And he's like, oh, I love Try. Oh, sorry. I fucking fell in love with this man. I love him so much. I'm not gonna cry. I love him so much. Get back on topic. And then I said, oh, what's your favorite song? He misheard me. He thought I said, you're my favorite member, which is true. He is my bias. Day one. So that's true. I didn't want to correct him. He's like, I'm your favorite? I was like, yeah, let's go with that. Yes, because it's true. And then we kind of said, thank you. Okay. And then moved on. Oh, and then after JM, says DY JM, then it was BAIN. There's BAIN in the middle there. Okay. Now listen, I've been dreading getting to BAIN. I'm like shaking thinking about it. I'm dreading getting to BAIN because he already said that he's watched my channel. So I go in, I'm like, you know what? I'm going in confident. All right, BAIN, you said you know me. He's like, yeah, I know. I've seen your commentary. And I'm like, that is insane. And that is very embarrassing for me. And he said, no, don't be embarrassed. You're great. And BAIN's English, like, he's fluent, right? So he's amazing. He's amazing to talk to. I wish I had more time to talk to him, especially after this. Like, so he said, no, you're great. Don't be embarrassed. And I was like, oh. And he's like, no, I'm so glad. And this is what BAIN said. This is what BAIN said to me. He said, no, I'm so glad we got to meet after all this time. He said, I'm so glad we got to meet after all this time. So that makes me think that he's seen my videos from like day one. Like I reacted to the teaser for Just-B, okay? The fucking like the trailer, the medley. Okay, I've been reacting to Just-B. I've been a pre-debut only B for so long. I've been so dedicated to them and this fandom and like putting them out there on the channel the best I can when I can. And he said, I'm so glad we got to meet after all this time. He's talked to me like I was like an old friend. right? Like an old long distance friend or something. And that made me feel so incredibly special. And also I was like melted and I don't know what happened. I kind of blacked out after that. We said a couple more things. I remember saying that he's one of my favorite vocalists in K-pop, and he was like, or like in general, I don't know if I said K-pop. I might have just said favorite vocalist ever. And he's like, oh, really? I'm like, absolutely. Your voice, it's unmatched. And then the guy like pushed me. Like there were like people trying to control the line. So he's like, oh, you got to go. And then BAIN's like, oh, you have to go. I'm so sorry. And I'm like, it's okay. It's okay. And then deep breaths, deep breaths, deep breaths. I think Lim Jimin was next. Yes. Lim Jimin was next. Oh my God. This beautiful, beautiful, beautiful man. Get to Lim Jimin, smiling at me. His most beautiful smile. I'm smiling. I don't know what to say. I'm flustered. I say, I like your hair. It's really good this comeback. He's like, oh, really? We're kind of matching because my shirt was red. His hair was red. He said we were matching. He said we were matching. And then he signs it. I honestly think I blacked out at this point. Don't remember if we had a long conversation. I feel like I got pushed and I feel like we were just making eye contact and smiling and it was amazing. Move on. Gonu. Oh. His hair is so fluffy and curly. I love him. I wanted to talk to him so much. I wanted to say so many things. I didn't get to tell JM and Gonu how excited I was that they're being they're making their acting debuts and going to be in BLs and working with Miu. I really wanted to talk about that. Didn't get to talk about that. Honestly, I do not remember anything I said to Gonu or anything he said to me. I feel like it was very much like a hi, how are you? How's Canada? What do you want to do in Canada? I don't remember anything. It was not, I wish I remembered, but I didn't. And then that was really fast. Move on. Speed. Run. We're on to Songwoo. Okay. He tried his absolute best. His English is pretty good, but he tried his best. You could even see in the concert footage, he said something and Ganu's like, Songwoo's English is amazing, isn't it? And he's kind of making fun of him. He's kind of poking. It's not the best. It's fine. He's adorable. He's adorable. He's signing my stuff. Honestly, I don't remember what we said to each other either at all. But I asked him, since he was the last one, I was like, oh, can you draw something on my hat? Can you just draw a smiley face, something special and unique? I didn't ask it like that. I was just, can you do a drawing? And he's like, oh, no, I can't. And I'm like, oh, you can't? And then he looked at the translator. Translator looked at me and said, move on. So whatever. So fucking whatever. I move on. I'm shaking. I'm leaving. I'm trying not to cry. I get upstairs. I'm shaking. I'm talking to my friends that I met there. Some old ladies that I met that are amazing, amazing people. Aaron, Jessica, Britta being one of my subscribers that I got to meet. I really need to start over, to be honest. Britta, amazing meeting her. If you're watching this, amazing meeting you. I met another one of my subscribers. You know who you are. I don't remember your username, but you know who you are. I saw you I talked to you multiple times on both days. That was actually weird because she pointed me out in line. It was like, oh, are you Renari? And I'm like, yeah, hi. She's like, oh, I'm blah, blah, blah. I'm so sorry that I care. I'm flustered right now. But that was an interesting moment for me. She was lovely. So Britta, one of my subscribers, super green in the comments if you see her. We went and got dinner after the fan meeting and we just talked and just looked at each other's photo cards that we had and oh my God. Then we went kind of I showed her around a little bit of downtown Toronto and then anyways, we just got to enjoy each other's company and it was really, really fucking nice and I cherish every second of that, honestly. Oh my God. So then that's it for the fan meeting. That's on Saturday. So the next day is the concert. That's Sunday. At the Opera House in Toronto. I've been there so many times for concerts. It's a very popular rock concert place. I love that venue so much. That being said, Just Be is a smaller group. They did not fill that venue. It's a small venue already. They did not fill that. But it felt really intimate. Since I was VIP, again, I was number 46. I got to be, as you can see from my concert footage from the first day, I got to be second row. Like, it's all standing room. I was second row. You know, all through Yoon Ji-sung, I was loving it so much. All through Just Be, I was loving it so much. You just saw everything. It was amazing. At one point, Britta's like, oh, BAIN just looked at you. And I'm like, okay. That being said, all of them made eye contact. I made a heart thing with Songwoo. I made a heart thing with JM. Both of them are in the video, even though you can't see it very well. I did, and it was amazing. All of them made eye contact. All of them were amazing performers. Incredible performers. I'm unrelated going to do a concert ranking at the end of this year. They shocked me by how good their energy was, how their mics were on. Like, they sounded so good. They never stopped dancing. They had like 2 songs that first night. No, 1. 1 or 2. I think it was just 1 though. I think it was just Lights On. That they didn't dance to. So they were dancing like the whole fucking time. They only looked tired once. Like, and not even like tired. They were only like sweating and like it seemed like a workout once. Otherwise, they were just giving. It was like they were born to perform. Songwoo especially. Like, can we talk about this man? He was born for the stage. He lit up. We know how, like, not introverted, but we know how he is. If you're an only B and you've seen all the contents, you know. He lit up on stage. He was a completely bright, happy person, enjoying everything. I was just so proud of him. I'm so proud of all of them, but like, it surprised me so much. All of them were just so fantastic. Then that was the first day. Yeah, that was the first day. So the second day was general admission. For me, I was hanging out with some friends I met. Like I said before, then we got in line. The only problem is, the way that the photos worked, the photo shoots, if you had a ticket for the 30th VIP, you were supposed to take your picture on the 29th with Just Be. If you had a 31st ticket VIP, you were supposed to take your picture on the 31st, on Halloween. You were not supposed to get 2 photos. You were supposed to get 1 photo on the 31st. That being said, at the FANMEET on the 29th, they changed their minds. They said, okay, everyone that has a 31st ticket, come and get your photos with Just Be now, which pissed some people off, understandably, because some people paid for VIP for both days because they wanted a specific Halloween photo in their costumes and everything, and with Just Be in their costumes, and they wanted another one that's like normal, right? So they were pissed off because they were like, what the fuck? Now I only get 1 photo? They didn't even get 1 photo. They got 2. They literally put them back in line to take the same photo at the same place. Not in costume. It was weird. Anyways, I had VIP for the 30th, so I was done with my photo. Anyone from the 31st was done with their photos. They should not have gotten another photo. So they announced that there were like 7 people that did not get their photos on the 29th that were supposed to, that were the 31st people. I know this is kind of confusing. Anyways, the people that paid for the 31st VIP that did not get their photos on the 29th, totally valid. They deserved their photos. They paid for that shit. So they sent an email. They all got in line, but they let everyone in. They let all the 31st people in. So all the 31st people that already got a photo or 2 photos now got a second or third photo with Just Be in their stage outfits and everything at the venue. Really fucking cool for them, but they didn't pay for 2. Just saying. So I was kind of disappointed because I paid for 1. I only got 1. They paid for 2. They paid for 1. They got 2 or 3 in that some cases. So that's kind of annoying in an organization aspect. It's just like, I don't know, it's just very annoying, especially because I would have loved a photo of them in their stage outfits and me in my Halloween costume. Obviously, they chose not to wear Halloween costumes because this was right after Itaewon. Understandable. We also couldn't post anything until November 5th, which I saw people on Twitter doing that, and I was like, what the fuck? I wasn't, even if they didn't ask me to wait, I was going to wait until after the morning period. Whatever. So yeah, they chose to take a step back from the Halloween event aspect and just have like a second concert. The first night was Yoon Ji-sung and Just-B and a dance crew. So it was, they had a shorter set list. The second night, as you can see, they had some more covers and it was longer and it was really cool. I decided at that point, because it was so intimate, like there was such a like smaller crowd, that I was going to sit in the back and just film it as a pre-debut only be, as somebody that cares so much about them and their first tour, their first fan experiences outside of Asia. I really, really wanted to enjoy every moment and savor it and record it and be there. So I was very present. Like, I recorded the whole fucking thing, but I was so fucking present in those moments and they're so special to me. But I also just, I needed to have that moment on film for me. I needed it. It's special for them. It's special for me. So anyways, we're going to circle back. This is the last thing I'll talk about. I promise. The day of the 30th. So the first concert, we saw them going in. You can see that at the beginning of my video. It shows JM. It shows both Jimin's and then DY going in. Before that, Songwoo, BAIN, and Goni went in, and we did say hi to them. BAIN was so happy the whole time to see us like outside. And then the night of the 31st, so Halloween, I dressed as Michael Jackson. I had to do it for work, but I also did it for the concert. I was standing outside in line, and Jackie, who is like one of the organizers with J&B Entertainment, who is running the tour. I don't know if he's the CEO or like, I don't know his official role, but he's the one that updates every social media thing. I've asked him a couple of questions because he's very responsive on Twitter. So I asked him a couple of questions before the event, getting ready for it. But just like as a fan, and only because other Only B have said, oh, I asked Jackie. Oh, I asked the J&B person. So everyone else was asking. So I was like, oh, if I have a question, I'll ask them, just like as an organization perspective. So he shouldn't know who I am. He shouldn't. So Jackie, the first day talked to a couple of people, said hi, just like, hi, how are you? Excited for Just-B? On the second day, he smiled at me, said hello, and then walked away. And I was very confused because I was like, was it just like randomly me, or does he know who I am? So to test that theory, I was vaping and I stepped out of line. Like, my friends were in line, so I stepped out of line to go vape at like the corner of the road, just so I wouldn't, vape in line, because I never tried to do that. But also to see if he would come up to me. So he was making his way back over, walking back through, and he took the bait. He came up to me. He was like, Are you Renari? And he like kind of struggled with it, but he was like, Are you Ren? Like, he had half of it. And I was like, Renari? Yeah. And I figured he knew me from Twitter. I figured he remembered my name or photo from me asking him questions. No. He said, oh, I know your YouTube. Oh my fucking God. The organizer, director, whatever the hell, of Just-B's tour knows who I am. Wild. I thought this would help me maybe get another photo with them or something, but it did not. Anyways, he shook my hand, said, I know your videos. Pleased to meet you. Very nice. And then he went inside. Absolutely the biggest smile ever. He was so happy to meet me. I was so happy to meet him. It was really cool. I also had a like fangirl experience after that. I was like, that's just weird and cool. Anyways, we go inside, we do the concert. It's amazing. I have a drink because I'm stressed the fuck out. And then we go outside, we say bye to them because they get in the cars. And as they're driving away in their cars, they were like waving to us. BAIN, again, like, did not want to leave, I swear. He just wanted to, like, say hello to everyone, say goodbye. Songwoo and DY, I think, were in the same car. It was really dark, and they were, like, looking at us. They were like at a stop and they were saying bye to us. They were amazing. I hope their experience in Canada was as amazing as it was for me that they came to Canada, that they came to Toronto, that my hometown, that they came and it's just like, it was an incredible experience. I know I've been talking for like half an hour now. I can feel it in my voice and I can see it on the clock. Just, there's so much more that I wish I could have said to them. So much more. But all in all, that was one of the most incredible experiences I've ever had. And I'm just very grateful. I'm very grateful to them for coming. I'm very grateful to them for knowing who I am. I know there's not that many people that react to Just Be online, especially consistently like I do. Like, you know, there have definitely been a lot of reactors that react to one video here and there, like Damage, and then they move on. Like, no, I am part of this fandom. I have been a supporter for so long. I will continue to be on and off the channel, whether that's on or off. It doesn't matter. I will always support them. So it's just nice to be acknowledged in that way. It kind of, like, not to be dramatic, but BAIN definitely added time on this channel. Like, definitely made me feel like things I'm doing are worth it. And made me feel like worthy and grateful, so grateful. I don't want to be dramatic and say it added time to my life, but it kind of did. I had the worst concert depression after. It wasn't even concert depression. It was like just depression. It was just like, so bad. But for that high that he gave me from Saturday, from knowing who I am, being so sweet and acting like we were like old friends, from that, the whole like next few days, I was euphoric. I think that's all I can say. I'm just going back and forth. If you followed any of that, because I was going back and forth so much, thank you. If you don't give a shit, then that's fine. I am very nervous to make comeback reaction videos because BAIN might be watching. Any of the other members of Just Be might be watching. It's likely that they're watching. I might say something wrong or make a fool of myself. I'm nervous. I'm so nervous. Anyways, let's just end it here. I'm gonna eat this very toasty. Look at the ASMR for that toasty burrito. Don't look at it. Listen to it. I will see you guys in the future video for the comeback. Thank you.